the wife says? That Israeli bum, she can't get out of bed? It's a true story. And speaking about my wife, which I generally try not to, I get up every morning, I go to class. In fact, one of my classmates are here, Mickey, God bless him. And I go to class, and we start at 5 in the morning, and the other night, 3 in the morning, my wife is poking me in the ribs. She says, "You were cursing me out in your sleep." I said, "Who said I was sleeping? I had to sleep to curse you out." But in fact, it's coincidence I was having a nightmare. What was the nightmare? I was at a big wedding party, festival and all that, and the devil walks into the room. Everybody's scattered but me. He comes over to me, he says, "Hurdle, aren't you afraid of me, the devil?" I said, "I should be afraid of you. I'm married to your sister." Speaking about my wife, we went to Israel last year. My granddaughter got married. In fact, that's a cute story. By the way, all my stories are true. You can check it out. All my stories are true. My granddaughter, college graduate, master's degree, going for a doctorate, ends up marrying a kibbutznik farmer. So I was curious. I asked her, "Rini, how did you end up with a farmer?" You know, I wasn't being derogatory, but it was a little surprising to me. She said, "Grandpa, was simple. I used to read all the classified ads looking for a potential husband, and I saw one that says, farmer looking for wife with tractor. Please send picture of tractor." True story, you could ask me. Anyhow, we get to Israel, and I'm taking the plane. I went after everybody else, and I grabbed a pastrami sandwich, and I was sick like a dog. You know, you get that nervous. I put all my business away, and I grabbed a sandwich, which made me sick. I get into the plane, and who do they see me next to? This big fat Arab with the whole dress and the headdress and everything like that. And there's no room for, you know, like he's... Anyhow, plane takes off, he falls asleep, and I throw up all over him. True story. About a half hour later, he gets up, and I look at him, I says, "I hope you're feeling better." This was a very, very unusual plane. Behind me was a rabbi and a priest. And the stewardess, you know, in her own way, she comes over to the rabbi, "Can I get you something to drink, Father?" He says, "I'd love to have a vodka Collins." Now she tells the priest, "Father, how about you?" He says, "Before I let alcohol pass these lips, I commit adultery first." The rabbi says, "I didn't know we had a choice." Anyhow, on the way back, I have a maker in Italy. I figure I saved the airfare, so I figure I'd go visit him. And I get there, on the way back from Israel, he's very depressed, this guy, Giovanni. I said, "Giovanni, what's wrong?" He says, "All my life, I wanted to meet the Pope. So I went to St. Peter's Square, and I bought this black robe, and this big golden cross, you know, like the rappers wear, the big cross, you know, with the gold chain. And I'm hoping that the Pope is going to notice me and come over." And what does he do, the Pope? He should have a long life. What does he do? He walks over to this guy with a black hat, with curls coming out of his hair, and strings coming out of his jacket. And I couldn't believe it. After the Pope left, I went over to the guy. I said, "How come the Pope comes to you and he ignores me?" The guy says, "Very simple. You want the Pope to come to you tomorrow?" He said, "Yeah." He says, "Get yourself a black hat, get a wig with these curls, and put strings on your jacket." The guy was desperate. He did exactly that. The next day he was there early in the morning, and sure enough, unbelievable, the Pope walks directly to him, puts his arm around him, and tells him, "Didn't I tell you yesterday to get the hell out of here?" It's a true story. You know, if you notice, the holidays came early, are coming early. About 4 years, they came early also. So we're I learn every day. I told you I learn in the synagogue every morning. I'm, there for 3-4 hours. And this guy comes. He doesn't know how to go. We have a custom in the Sephardic community that we visit the dead departed on the holidays, right before the holidays, before Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We visit them. And this guy didn't know how to go to the cemetery from Deal. He knows how to go from Brooklyn. It's in Staten Island. So he's asking information, and nobody really knows how. They know how to go, but they don't know how to touch. I said, "You have navigation?" He said, "Yeah, I have navigation." I said, "Use the navigation." About 2 hours later, he comes back. His hair standing up on end. Spooked out of his mind. He's pale as a ghost. He said, "Where's the rabbi?" I said, "Tell me what happened, and I'll get the rabbi." He said, "No." I said, "Tell me what happened." He says, "When I reached the gates of the cemetery, the navigation said, 'You have reached your final destination.'" True story, by the way. Which reminds me, I don't know if you people go to Florida, but I go for the winter to Florida. Oh, okay. I go to the winter. Okay, last one. Boy, that was I told you do this, and he brings the hanger in. That's why I wore my black suit like an undertaker, in case somebody has to shovel me out. Anyhow, in Costco in Florida, if anybody goes there, they have, you all go to Costco here in Jersey or in Brooklyn, but the Costco in Miami is different. Because they have different demographics. The people are older. You know how it is. So I was buying my jar of Advil, which is about 25 years supply. I couldn't even bring it to them. Who knows? And I noticed over my shoulder, you know what they sell in Costco in Miami? Caskets. Coffins. I couldn't believe it. She knows, right? They had white ones, pink ones for kids, I couldn't believe it. They weren't really the big ones. They had models, So I thought maybe it was a Formica kitchen, with models display, I went over to look. I saw it was caskets. And as I'm walking away, a guy comes out from behind the curtain with a black suit like mine, similar type shirt, but he had this little skinny black tie. And he said, "Sir, maybe you would be interested in our layaway plan." So I was telling this joke. I always start this joke with, "Does anybody go to Costco?" And I was standing next to Brenda Sacker telling this joke. And she says, "Go there? I practically live there." I said, "Now you can die there." Thanks a lot, everybody.